Anthem on the track.
Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raise us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave.
Peace, family, and welcome to another episode of Underground Railroad Radio. This is your host, Brother Rich. Once again, I'm joined with the living legend, none other than Professor Griff. Welcome back to the show, brother.
Oh, give thanks, Rich, and it's always a pleasure to be back. And it's nice to know that you're doing well. It's that, at four times a year, man, the weather changes. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times we got to keep up with our health so we can change with it, man, and stay healthy.
Yeah. We had to delay the show a couple of days. I was a little under the weather. I might still sound a little under the weather right now, but I'm doing better, family. But I really wanted to touch on a topic today that I think is important for our people to touch on, something that, that's not talked about much within the black community. There was a recent Kid Cudi, that's a rapper, Kid Cudi. He recently came out with a letter saying how he suffers from depression and suicidal thoughts. So I want to read this, and I really want to go into this. I want to read this real quick. Yesterday I checked myself in the rehab for depression and suicidal urges. I am not at peace. I haven't been since you've known me. If I didn't come here, I would have done something to myself. I simply am a damaged human swimming in a pool of emotions every day of my life. There's a raging violent storm inside of my heart at all times. I don't know what peace feels like. I don't know how to relax. My anxiety and depression have ruled my life for as long as I can remember, and I could never leave the house because of it. I can't make new friends because of it. I don't trust anyone because of it, and I'm tired of being held back in my life. I deserve to have peace. I deserve to be happy and smiling. Why not me? I guess I give so much of myself to others, I forgot that I need to show myself some love too. I think I never really knew how. I'm scared. I'm sad. I feel like I let a lot of people down. I'm sorry. It's time I fix me. I'm nervous, but I'm going to get through this. And so I want to read that. And before I get into the questions and answers, I just want to read a post because I found out about the story. I was on, Blue Pills page on Facebook. So there's a brother, Joseph Lemire Jr. That's how I actually found out about it. So I want to read his post because this is when I found out about what happened. The brother wrote, I'm happy this was brought up. Kid Cudi may have opened the door to black male mental issues, especially now. You'd be surprised how many brothers feel completely alone, nowhere to turn to. We live in a world where a brother expressing hurt can get him ostracized. It's like the mob. Crying could get you killed. Your boys tell you man up. Your woman consider you a lame. We got to take the loss in the chin. We're only rewarded by how we amazingly get over it. Mom dies, okay, that's the only time you're allowed to cry, but it better be for a few weeks, maybe even a month. After that, it's get back on the horse and keep it moving. You got to eat. You got to eat. You got to survive. You have mouths to feed. Fuck your feelings. That's the world. As sad as it sounds, reflection and self-analysis is considered feminine. We got to do better. Brothers need able to express feelings without anger being the only allowable offense. I'm not saying boo-hoo with bonbons and all that. I'm talking about being able to speak. Mental health in black men is a serious issue. So, all right. So we got the situation with Kid Cudi, what he said, his statement. We got, some sentiments from the people around social media. Griff, man, we got to talk about this. This is one of them things that, I guess when people suffer, black men, since, we're talking about Black Cudi and just black people in general, it's something that, I guess when I grew up, it was like a white thing. Seeing a therapist was like a white thing, or seeing a shrink or whatever the hell they call them. Or saying you're depressed or suicide, that was a white thing. All these things, when I grew up, when I was young, I looked at it as, oh, that's some white shit, man. Niggas don't kill themselves. We go through all types of shit. We ain't killing ourselves, though. Right. So, is it time to have a new conversation besides brushing it off like that's some white shit? Is it time to change the narrative when we talk about depression, and suicide in the black community?
Brother Rich, to answer your question very directly, you're absolutely correct. It is time to start having a different kind of conversation about mental illness, about depression, and about suicide. When I say a different kind, I mean definitely from a black perspective, because the only thing that's going to heal us is black people healing ourselves. I've learned from Layla Africa, Scott Whitaker, Dr. Suzanne, and a few other people that just the whole idea of white people's medicine is not necessarily designed to heal black people. You understand what I'm saying? Right. They don't come up with these particular cures in order to cure black people. I know some people listening to this and say, well, depression in the human being is depression. A solution may be a solution for, if it's good for white people, it may be good for black people. No, it's not. There's certain triggers and indicators that when they're set off, it can give you some kind of indication that something is wrong with black people. We've been put under a certain degree of pressure in America just by being black, Brother Rich, that can cause certain things to happen, that can trigger certain things. White people may kill one another, and they have, and they've killed themselves and one another because the stock market may crash, or because they may lose a job, or because somebody break up with them. You understand what I'm saying? And this is a very real dynamic among white people. There's certain stresses that when put on black people, we may not respond in the same kind of way. So then, if the cure that will cure white people is put in place to serve white people, that same cure may not cure black people. And I would be bold enough to say each and every situation is uniquely different unto itself, Brother Rich. But you remember the case recently where the mental health social worker came out and was working with the young man who sat on the curb, and he came to talk to him, and they called the police. And when the police came, they shot the worker.
Shot the worker, yeah. Crazy.
So, so the whole idea of curing and working with mental health or mental illness or depression or people that have the potential to commit suicide is very critical among black people. Probably at an alarming rate, Brother Rich, because as you just read, we don't talk about it. You're a punk if you admit something like that, because we always have to be hard and strong, and we have to measure up to the type of man that that society says we have to measure up to. And if you don't, you're a punk. So, of course, to answer your question directly, we need to start having that conversation, but through a black lens, Brother Rich, and we need to come up with some black solutions. I hate to put the color thing on it, Brother Rich, but we have a whole set of different dynamics that come along with who and what we are as a people, especially some of the things that make us mentally ill and cause depression and would cause us to take our own lives. Frederick Douglass said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." But what breaks the man, the black man in America? You understand what I'm saying? If you remember, Brother Rich, if you can press your cultural historic reset button, they wanted to break the man in the Willie Lynch letter, if you can remember. They wanted to break the black buck. They wanted to break us because we're easier controlled once they break us. So when you're talking about breaking the man, you talk about bringing him down to his lowest state so that he can be controlled. And this is a very real thing. And this is the thing that the pimp have admitted doing with the woman, that he breaks down and puts her out on the street and constantly reinforces the fact that she ain't no good, nobody want her, she ain't good for nothing but doing this. And this is how he controls her. This is what the society does to black men. To the point where we want to commit suicide. And you would think somebody like Kid Cudi or anyone in the music industry that brag about the kind of life that we're supposed to live would want to take their own life, when you have money, fame, stardom, chicks at your beckoning call, drugs, alcohol, traveling, the limelight. Who would want to take their own life, Brother Rich? So the falsification of consciousness is what we should be talking about at this point. Is this an illusion? Is this a facade? This life that you claim that you're living, at the same time you're broken, you can't have peace, you think of killing people and killing yourself all the time, to the point where you can't make friends and can't keep friends? This is a hell of a thing, and I would dare to say, or be bold enough to say, there's a few people walking among us just like that right now, Brother Rich, in the conscious community.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
That's real. Very real.
You know, and there's individuals, like you say, like that's walking around like that right now, and a lot of individuals think that, oh, if I just had some money, oh shit, man, if my bankroll was big, man, if I could just do this with, if I just had money to do this or to do that, and then you look at a Kid Cudi, like you said, and the brother has what the majority of the people say they're depressed for not having, and he's still depressed. So we're trying to figure out, well, what the hell? Where's the happiness coming from? If it's not coming from having women at your disposal and being able to, having money and being able to travel the world, he does what he loves doing. Most people are depressed because they're saying, okay, I work a 9 to 5, I hate my job, I want to do something I love. This brother does music. He said, he got discovered by Kanye West. He said this is what he wanted to do with his life. So pretty much everything that everybody has on the checklist about what they want to be happy, he has it, and he is totally unhappy. So, I mean, Griff, man, come on, like, where's the happiness then, brother? Where's it at?
Well, Brother Rich, I can honestly, people tend to have a support unit in place. This is why we see the growing number of young people getting into gangs. This is why we see the growing number of people linking and locking up with people that feel like they feel, think like they think, move like they move, operate like they operate, simply because the support unit is just not there. The support unit that's supposed to be provided to us via the church is not there. The support unit that's supposed to be provided to us via our family is not there. So we tend to create our own families. And a lot of times it's people that feel like us that's in the same kind of situation, because the church is not doing it. The school is not doing it. Family is not doing it. I would think that if Kanye West discovered me, I would think in my time of need, especially, discovering me and kind of, having that closeness and that communication with somebody like Kanye could have reached out. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless this music stuff is not what we think it is, Brother Rich. Unless this life that we claim we live in is a facade and false, and it's not real. Maybe this happiness that we think we're enjoying is not really happiness at all. Maybe we're masking our depression by pretending like we're happy. Maybe having bad chicks around us and all this kind of stuff and drugs at our disposal is not really what I really want at all. Maybe it's not even me. You understand what I'm saying? When I have to admit that he hasn't known peace. He says, I'm not at peace. I haven't been since you've known me. If I didn't come here, I would have done something to myself. I'm simply a damaged human swimming in a pool of emotions every day of my life, and I'm scared to come outside. There's a raging, violent storm inside of my heart at all times. Damn. For a man to even admit that is a critical thing. And it'd be safe to say, Brother Rich, at this point, I would think, and I know I'm stretching the truth here, I would think 35 to 40% of black males are walking around like that right now because of what's going on in America with police brutality. That we feel there's no other way out, man, but to explode. And we are a hair trigger away from taking it out on one another because we're scared to take it out on our open enemy. And this is real. There's no support unit. People say, if I only had a bad chick, I wouldn't feel so bad. If I only had money, like you said, if I only had a whip, if I only had, whatever. But this is the proverbial carrot on the string, Brother Rich, that they dangle in front of you, and you reach for it every single time, and they yank it and pull it away. And you constantly reach for this. This is how come it's imperative that we put the Creator at the center. And when we get to this state, we pull from the center. No amount of wealth can satisfy the emptiness in some people. It won't satisfy the emptiness in me if I've ever felt that way, Brother Rich. It just won't satisfy it, man. Luckily enough, I have people around me because I'm open to have people check me, Brother Rich. I'm not beyond reproach. I said that at the Locks conference this weekend in Philly. I have people around me that are healers, and I've given them permission to say, okay, well, you don't look well, Griff. Let's talk. Like, what's going on? I have elders that check on me. I just got back in town today, as you know, and 3 or 4 phone calls, like, where you been? You've been quiet. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm all right. Sometimes I got to sit back and be quiet and reflect. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I said, I didn't do the thing with Brother Rich on Wednesday, and maybe that's what you're sensing. But, I said, okay, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, Brother Rich was kind of sick, blah, 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 blah. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, sometimes we do have to reflect. But I did mention you being under the weather to someone, and they send some energy your way. So sometimes we got to do that for one another. And it ain't necessarily that I got to call Brother Rich and tell you, because I didn't, right?
Right, yeah.
Sometimes we just have to do that for one another.
Indeed.
You understand what I'm saying? I know those seers, I know those healers that can do that, that can send some energy your way. Hope that you get well. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a very real thing. And we have to not be afraid, man, to call on those people that do that kind of work. I'm talking about voodoo and a lot of other the sciences, man, that's sacred and dear to us, man. Because obviously, this medicine that white people claim they have in reference to how do you cure mental illness and depression is not working for black people.
Well, not at all.
Everything that's going on in America, I'm the honest with you, I'm a sadist, and I know I'm running the risk of pushing this to the edge. What's going on in America? I don't see why a lot more people haven't cracked yet, man. It's like hood disease. It's like we're living in a war zone, man. Constantly hearing gunfire, constantly hearing sirens and police trucks and fire trucks, constantly arguing, the news on repeat. Constantly beat a news story down to the ground, Brother Rich, until you feel like, damn, I don't even want to watch no more news, man. Constant death. The first 48 on constant rotation. The ID channel on constant rotation. Death, murder, kill. It's in the air. It's in the spirit. You're being frightened with it in church. It's being talked about in the school. You see it on TV. It is ridiculous, man. Hood disease is real, man. It's very real, man. He said, my anxiety and depression have ruled my life for as long as I can remember, and I never leave my house because of it. Damn. That's a hell of a statement to make, man. But like the brother said, Brother Rich, I'm glad that the brother admitted it. And let me just say this at this point, Brother Rich. To admit it is to know that, okay, I have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? And to admit it, Brother Rich, is an actual cry for help. It's a cry for help. It's telling the world, I have a problem. I can't deal with this myself. Please, somebody help me before I end up hurting someone or hurting myself. And the number one people that normally get hurt in these kind of situations is the people close to Kid Cudi. The ones that's closest to him. The ones that normally get hurt. Sad but true. So I'm glad the brother reached out. He admitted it. Put it up on social media for the world to see. Wouldn't you agree that this is a cry for help?
Definitely.
Okay, so now we have to be compassionate enough to not call the brother a punk or a pussy or say he's lame, but to get the brother some help.
Now, speaking about, because that's what most people think about when they think about men, in particular black men, being emotional, crying, or, if a dude is in the park and he's just sitting down and he's smelling flowers and he's hugging the tree, average person will be like, man, this faggot ass motherfucker. Hugging the tree ass nigga, all of that.
Right.
I'm interested in where do we find the balance, Professor Griff? I want to give an example. When I was 26, my mother passed away, and so I had to deal with that. And probably about a week after my mother passed away, so I was talking to Sarnetta on the phone. And one thing Sarnetta said, he said, well, Rich, you gotta still make this money, right? You gotta get out there and get this money, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm like, yeah. And when he said it, I'm like, I totally understood where he was coming from, because the world never stops moving. So it's like, no matter what tragedy we're faced with, Griff, the world don't fucking stop for a day. My mother passed away, I'm 26, I already don't have a father. But the world, guess what, Griff? The world didn't slow down one motherfucking second for me. So I just had to keep moving. So I guess I wanna ask you about us finding balance between expressing our emotions, but at the same time, Rich gotta survive. Rich gotta do what he gotta do. Rich live with his girl. He gotta bring things to the table. So it's like I don't want to be a bum. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be in slump for a year and grow my beard and just, wallow and drink or whatever stuff like. I don't want to do that. That's not how I'm built. But at the same time, I want to be able to express some type of emotion. So I guess a lot of us are because you usually see one person who's overly strong and they suppress the emotion, or one person that just gives up and just says fuck it and just gives up. He collects SSI checks. So how can we find this balance in a life that is so bent on money, and regardless of what tragedy strikes us, we gotta keep making the money, Professor Griff? How do we find that in this society?
In this society, Brother Rich, it is definitely difficult to be able to find that particular place where we can look at it as refuge. The place that I can go where I can cry. The place where I can go where I can take a deep breath and just kind of let it out. The place where I can go that I know that I'll have a support unit. The place that I can go where I do have tension outlets. And I'm not just saying these phrases to fill up space in this interview, Brother Rich. I, Professor Griff, have tension outlets.
Mm-hmm.
I have a dummy in my area where I work out. I have weights. I have weapons. I have everything that I can kind of pick them up, go in my little space, and get rid of the tension by working out.
Mm-hmm.
By perfecting my martial arts skills. I could go to the range and put, 500 rounds down, shooting the target, which I can let that out. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I have people in my corner that, and Brother Rich, it's very real. I mean, the best of us cry. It's almost like we have to exhale, man. Let it go. Some of us cry, and I was asked recently, are these tears because you sad, you angry, or are they happy? No, I said these are happy tears. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Are we punks when we do that? Are we what are we? Or are only 3 to 4 sets of emotions prescribed the black men between the ages of 26 and 56, or 30-something and 50-something. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? You mean to tell me out of all the emotions that exist, there's only 4 that are prescribed to me? I can only get angry, mad, a little bit happy, and a little bit sad. That's it? There's a wide range of emotions that we could use to express ourselves. Why don't we only get the chance to use 4? You understand what I'm saying? Why can't they be happy before another brother? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Why can't we ever express that? Why can't I just be happy because shit, the sun came out? Why can't I just be excited? You know, because I don't know, I'm vibing with this information that I'm putting in my new book. Why can't I be? It's like some people will see me and be like, "Oh, you awfully happy today. You smiling? What's up?" You know, ask like somebody new or something. I'm like, why can't I just be happy? Goddamn. We just question because we smiling and shit. You understand what I'm saying? And you're right, Brother Rich. We are guarded when it comes to expressing any other emotion other than the ones that's been prescribed to us. And that is unfair. And you, black man, that's listening to this, are being unfair to yourself. Plain and simple. And I dare not mention the sisters. Someone admitted to me just the other day that, you know, they was talking to a certain woman and she basically admitted she was in this for the wrong reason, so she had to pull back and regroup. And that's a very brave thing to do. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, as we know, Brother Rich, you know, this is not for the weak-hearted, man. And Sonetta was right on a certain level, Brother Rich. You still got to go get this money. But why couldn't your brothers come and say, you know something, man? Sit the next 2 weeks out, Brother Rich. We got you. What you got to do? Well, you got to interview Professor Griff every Wednesday. Good. We're going to interview him for the next 2 Wednesdays. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Heal. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, right.
When's the last time you got a full body massage and someone made some herbs for you? And you understand what I'm saying? And basically like, no, you are not getting out of the bed. You feel warm. You understand what I'm saying? No, you don't. Your eyes don't look right. Whatever. No, just sit tight. And you gotta give into that, man. Because those people are showing you that they love you. And it's like, no, you need to sit still for a minute, man. And that's a beautiful thing. But we have to recognize what that is, whether it's coming from Sonetta, Griff, or some other brothers around you, or coming from your mate, your queen, or coming from the elder. We have to recognize what that is and give in to that, man. I had to give in to that recently and say, listen, okay, there's some things I need to kind of heal from. Let me sit still for a minute. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And some of the brothers was like, man, I haven't, other than Brother Richie's show, I haven't heard from you. What's going on? I'm like, no, there's some things I need to kind of get right about with Griff, but Griff had to get it right. Kid Cudi is actually saying, I need to fix what's wrong with me. You understand what I'm saying? He said, it's time I fix me. Kid Cudi knows what's broken about Kid Cudi. But he also admits, Brother Rich, that he's nervous, but he's going to get through this. Can I just say one last thing to that?
Yeah, good, yeah.
The most honorable RYHME Muhammad has told us that the black man have a defense mechanism built in us that we can't destroy ourselves. If that is the case, and we know and understand the most honorable RYHME Muhammad to be on point, then we have to ask ourselves the question, what's going on in this so-called new age with what's going on as far as the energy that's taking place now that so many black men are turning to suicide? That's a question that I'm asking the greater audience that's listening to this. Why? Why are we taking our own lives? Why? You know, and when I say taking our own lives, I'm not talking about quietly going somewhere and taking some pills or shooting ourselves in the head. I'm talking about running up in the chest of police officers, knowing how deadly and crazy they are and trigger happy they are. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
in other ways that we may be looking at. You know, I often talk about durational suicide, how we do things to ourselves every single day knowing we're killing ourselves. What is wrong with us? Where's our center? You know, if we go back and we study the annals of history, we didn't find this kind of depression and mental illness and thoughts of suicide among our people. We had traditions that were in place, Brother Rich, that prevented us from going that route. But anyway.
Well, why do you think sometimes it's much easier for a person to give somebody else advice or to help somebody else than it is for them to help themselves? I see people that give genius advice that have helped me out a great deal with things they said to me, and I look at them, I'm like, well, goddamn, when you gonna do it? And they just like, I don't know, I just don't have the will, or you know, they'll say something like, I don't know, Rich, I don't know, I'm soon, or they'll say something, but it's like it just seems, and just throughout my experience down here, I see that more and more, like people will give advice, you know, all the time, but they just can't take the same advice that they're given. And I don't get it.
Well, you know, there was an old wisecrack that said, take my advice, the advice that I'm not using myself. I can't use it myself because I have to give it to you. Take your own advice. It's the hardest pill to swallow. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know your ass not supposed to be drinking. Hold on for a second. Go. You're drinking your damn self. It's like, well, only take your own advice. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's a lack of discipline, Brother Rich. People know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, Brother Rich. The people know that they're destroying themselves. And people would admit it. Oh, man, I know I shouldn't be eating this damn Reese's Pieces or this goddamn candy bar, but this shit's good. You understand what I'm saying? They know. Right. They admitted it to you right then and there. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, man, I know I'm not supposed to be throwing this Henny back. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying. And finding a reason to celebrate so your ass could get drunk. Stop that. Right. Oh, man, you know, it's my cousin's birthday. When was the last time you seen your cousin? Oh, 4 years ago. But, well, shit, why are you drinking? It's finding a reason to drink. You understand what I'm saying? Right. If there's one piece of advice that I would regularly give to my friends is that when you're in love, you can't imagine the situation will ever change. But when that situation change, all of a sudden now you become the authority now on love. Well, how come you ain't take your own advice and make the shit work for you? We often want to give people advice that we never take ourselves, man. Plain and simple. And that in and of itself, Brother Rich, is a sickness. I wouldn't describe it and put it under the category of mental illness, but it's a sickness, and I see it in the conscious community. We get up on the podium and take to the stage and grab the mic, and we talk for 2 hours about a whole bunch of shit that we ain't gonna do. And that's real, and it's very real. Dr. Umar Abdullah Johnson often talked about how homosexuality is a mental illness and described as mental illness. But yet more and more people are becoming homosexual. You know, we find ways not to look at the self, not to criticize the self. We find ways not to condemn the self. And we often say, well, I'm not going to beat myself down with the fact I need to lose weight, but, you know, whatever. But, you know, you got a dozen fucking cupcakes your ass just bought. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You got a damn... a gift certificate and a gift card from Burger King. You can go by there and they can swipe your card, man. You got free meals on tap, man. Come on, man. Stop that. It's lack of discipline. And we need to look at the self in order to understand if there's something wrong with the self. Only the self can heal the self. We can take people's advice all we want to. End of the day, Kid Cudi said, I gotta fix me. Which is very profound. This is very profound. He recognized his own issue. And he took it upon himself. Let me take myself out of society, but I hurt some damn body, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is real. and this is very real. And the sad part about this conversation, Brother Rich, is the fact that it's getting younger and younger and younger. More young people are having these issues with depression. I can honestly admit I've probably been depressed severely, probably twice in my whole life, where I knew I was depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time. And the people that's listening to this that know me will tell you and admit to it, like, yup, that was him. I remember that time Professor Griff used to walk around saying, fuck it, all the time. That was my favorite phrase, fuck it. Shit. That was my answer to everything. People will tell you that I carried an imaginary bag of fuck it in my left back pocket. And I know the people that's listening to this are laughing right now, like, oh shit, he's admitting this shit. I carried a bag of fuck it in my back pocket, like fuck it and fuck you. That was my answer for everything.
Wow.
And that's not gonna get me through, man. You can't say that when your daughter is bringing you an issue that she's having. You can't just use the F-bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to step up as a dad or a brother or a father or, a homeboy or somebody's husband or somebody's mate. I've got called a few times about some situations where you say, I can't be that individual. You understand what I'm saying? So, a lot of times, man, playing that hardcore role sometimes just don't fucking cut it, Brother Rich. It don't cut it. I've cried with other men just hearing their issue. Like, God damn. But once we do that, I take on that person's issue and the weight of what that person is going through in order to help that individual work through that issue. There was a group of sisters in Philly, Mama Kosua and some other sisters that's in her group, that worked with me through some issues. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And making sure that I heal. Because at the other end of what I think is not wrong with Professor Griff, I got to be able to be a whole person, Brother Rich, in order to look my granddaughter in the face, in order to look the average person in the face. And I can honestly admit, man, me not completing this book in the time that I was supposed to complete it, I fell into that depressive state because I really, truly got sick and tired of people dying around me, man. I couldn't take, and if you go back and listen to the last shows I've done with you, I admitted it. I said, I can't take no more of these people dying and stuff, man.
Yeah.
The elders are checking out of here, man. I'm like, how many more got to leave, man? I think at Dr. Sabi's death, I just got like, man, I'm tired of people dying and stuff, man. For real. Then Bernie Rowell checked out of here, and I'm like, damn, I can't do this no more. I just can't take somebody else dying. So I just had to sit down for a minute and to those sisters that are out there that's hearing this, they're saying, wow, he's actually saying it. Because I've admitted it to the sisters in Philly. I admitted it to Soleil, who's a healer. And luckily enough, I thanked her from the stage the other day for her healing words, her healing touch, her healing spirit, her ability and able to see and say, okay, you need to sit still for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Her ability to get with other sisters and put some herbs together and put some things together to say, okay, this is a warrior that we're seeing breaking down right in front of our eyes. Like, damn, this is Professor Griff. So, Griff, listen, man, people are not going to stop dying. You just got to kind of find some place in order to kind of work that out in your own space. Because I admitted it to a few people, and I think I admitted it to you. Like, damn, I mean, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, just kind of hit me in the chest. Coming off of Maurice White and Natalie Cole and Nicholas Caldwell and other people, then Prince. I'm like, damn. And then Dr. Sabi, and then what's the other brother name? Double Blair.
Dr. Blair, yeah.
And I was like, God, man. So I did slow down, and it did affect me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I think that's what the people heard on the stage the other night, like, wow, this brother's kind of going off. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't want to take it out on the people, but it's like, damn, how many more people gonna die, man? I'm tired of this, for real. I'm not the one to snap because I'm a very disciplined man. But it's like, how many more are we gonna take, man? I'm not gonna sit and watch another brother die on YouTube, man, or on TV, Brother Rich. You understand what I'm saying? And I have tension outlets. I got support units. I got people around me that I listen to that say, sit down for a minute. Here, take this herb. You do this. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
I can be myself. I could be my weaker self or my strong self around these individuals. And I appreciate that. And to be honest with you, for the people that's listening that don't appreciate what I'm saying, I feel sorry for you. That you have to know when that individual shows up in order to say, okay, I know why you showed up in my life right now. I'm going to submit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's real. That's just me in my personal life. I know why the sister showed up. I know why the brother showed up and gave me the phone call. You understand what I'm saying? There's a sister that called me out of the blue today. I just called to check on you. I don't really want anything. I'm just calling to check on you. You understand what I'm saying? You sure you all right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and we have to give in to that. We got to submit to that. They're picking up your vibration, man.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there, and I guess to close it out, is there any, everybody has their own issues that they deal with. Some of them speak about it. Some keep it to themselves. I'm sure everybody can relate to this show tonight while listening to it, listening to the personal stories, both for myself and yourself. What advice would you give them? I mean, is there something you do that, well, you said you have your outlets, but is there something that you love to do? Like, how some people have a sport, or some people might watch this on TV, or some people may, paint or something. Is there something you do that changes your frequency when you're in this mood? And also, is there something you would recommend to the people that they can do that you think, would change their frequency when they get on the depression vibe?
Well, Brother Rich, there's something two things that I do. Of course, you already know I practice and study martial arts. In that, you have to, there's a discipline. You have to meditate. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to work out and study your craft and perfect it without injuring yourself. So there's a certain care. Of course, your liver, not your diet, but your liver has to be on point. If you're not going to be able to have the energy to work out. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the other thing, as opposed to those three things that I just mentioned, brothers think is weak, man. And you got to be really religious in order to pray. No, you don't necessarily have to be religious to pray. You could do your own prayers. It could be prescribed prayers, or you could just, and me, I'm one of those kind of individuals, Brother Rich. I pray, but I just can't pray around people. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's sacred to me. It's between me and the Creator, me and my Lord.
Mm.
I just don't pray around people. People may sit down and you're about to eat and you see people praying. I can't do that. It's sacred to me. I don't pray where people can see me. Mm. That's it. So it's something I do, but people will probably never ever see it unless you're really truly close to me. The other thing I do, Brother Rich, and I think I'm going to say this, and I know there's some people out there say, about time his ass admitted that. I sing. I can't sing, but I sing. You understand what I'm saying?
I'll be trying to hit some notes with the oldies, My girl be like,
right.
you must have been a singer in your past life, man, because you can't
right.
sing worth a damn, but you be trying.
Right. No, that would be me, Brother Rich. And I'm raising my hand over here. Everything from the Temptations, man, to the Delphonics, the Moments, the Intruders, Gladys Knight in the Pit. I don't care who it is, man. You understand what I'm saying? And when I heard and got the news that Kashif passed away, I done sang every damn Kashif song that people are around me, and I'm putting this out there, and they know who they are. They like, okay, damn. Okay, he wrote Love Come Down by Evelyn Champagne. We know it. Okay, how many times you going to sing the damn song? He wrote So Fine by Howard Johnson. Okay, how many times you going to sing the damn song? I Just Gotta Have You, Stone Love, Rumors, Help Yourself to My Love. We got it, dude. Stop singing the damn song because your ass cannot sing. I said, all right, I'll spare y'all today. Oh, man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't catch me in the damn shower. It's on and popping. I think I'm the baddest singer on the planet. The acoustics is right, shower's running. You understand what I'm saying? I'm my own fucking audience. Yeah, it's on. But that's my outlet. That's my outlet. Give me that. You understand what I'm saying? I tell jokes. I probably tell jokes every time you interview me. I say something funny. That's just my way of releasing attention. I think the damn joke is funny. If nobody else thinks it's funny, shit, I'm laughing. This is why when people get around us in Public Enemy, they know we clowning one another. That's just what we do.
Right.
It releases that bottle of tension. And me and Flavor have developed that because it's better than arguing with one another. We snap at one another. And people that know us know we go hard, man. That happened to me the other day on stage at the Locks conference. I'm trying to put some stuff out there, man. I'm telling jokes. I'm laughing at my own damn jokes. Ain't nobody in the audience laughing but me. I'm like, damn. So, yeah, those are some of the things, Brother Rich, that I do every single day that I don't get high. I never got high in my life, so I can't roll up a blunt or L. I can't do that, man. You understand? I just can't. Putting together a lecture that I know that I'm confident about that will reach the people is a beautiful thing to me. That's my outlet. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just what I do. So each individual probably have their own unique way that they relieve their attention. Some people say they just like to hit skins. They like bagging chicks. That's their outlet. Well, good luck. That's an addiction. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't let the beast that you're trying to destroy become you.
Right.
So when you set out to find this beast, you end up bumping into yourself. No, I said at the lecture the other day, and I'm gonna say this as we close. I was in search of God, and I found Professor Griff. Because I'm God having a human experience called Griff. I cannot say that any other way, Brother Rich.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with self-talk.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Self-talk. Right. All right. Just so we know. I'm going to leave it at that, man.
No, definitely an excellent way to end the program. You was looking for God and you found Griff.
Exactly.
Excellent way to end the program. Leave your contact info and hey, Griff, did you go to the museum yet? The African American Museum?
No, I'm waiting for the fanfare to die down. I'm waiting because we just performed there, so I don't want to go there and have to take pictures and sign autographs. I just want to go there as Griff. Kavan, let me say it that way. And just nobody really know me. I'm able to kind of take notes and, yeah, me and a few other people that's, in my small little circle.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Probably in a couple of weeks, yeah.
But
my contact info. Yeah. I'll be with Black Dot and Darren Muhammad, man, at the Blacks and Wax Museum, Saturday, October 29th. I think doors open up at 4 or 5. Of course, Dub to get in. Y'all can call me at 678-557-2919. I'm going to deal with entertained by black pain, the fraternal order of police brutality. I'm going to go into this killing of black people in such a way where I'm going to lay out some stats and lay out some solutions. Some solutions that I've mentioned on here and some I haven't mentioned. But yeah, myself, Black Dot, dealing with urban culture, decoded, and Brother Dan Muhammad is going to go into what's been going on a local and global scale, and what's been going on with our people, which is a beautiful thing. Somebody needs to take that awesome task of putting under the microscope exactly what's going on with this crazy ass election, man. This is crazy.
Oh, man.
This is unbelievable, man. I've never seen this in politics ever in my life.
Ever.
We are about to elect a president or select, as we often say, somebody to sit in the highest office in the land, and neither one of them are qualified. So your brother Darren Muhammad from the State of the City, Darren Muhammad is going to go into that. Black Dot is going to deal with urban culture decoded, and I'm going to talk about the fraternal order of police brutality. That's at the Blacks and Wax Museum, 601 East North Avenue in Baltimore, Maryland. That is October 29th, which is a Saturday. Doors open up, I believe, at 4. And, we're going to kind of go in. Get your tickets early by calling Professor Griff at 678-557-2919. Check out my Facebook page. And I'm actually going to do a special show, Brother Rich, sometime within the next couple of days on Google Hangout to let people know where I'm at, what's going on, and what's coming. I'm going to be in the Chi on November 4th. I'm going to, later on that month, I'm going to do the Black Power Awards in the ATL on November 12th. And then I'm going to be in Oakland, man, in the O. The brothers are bringing me out to talk to the brothers and sisters in Oakland in November 19th. So I'll be with Black Dot and Brother Darren Muhammad on October 29th. I'll be in the Chi November 4th. I'll be in Atlanta for the Black Power Awards, and then I'll be in Oakland. What's happening after that? I don't know, man. Hopefully I can deter some people from celebrating Thanksgiving Day. And that day, man, I want to be with the Native American brothers and sisters in the protest and the standoff, man, and standing up to the United States government and out there with in that sacred land. I want to be out there, man. Whether it cost me my life or cost me end up being in jail or whatever it's going to cost, man. So openly, I'm going to stand with the Native American brothers and some brothers and sisters again and take that stand and let my presence be felt, man. And, of course, we are doing some beautiful work with the film Artifactual. If you still want to donate, go to www.gofundme.com/artifactual. I'm struggling to get the Alchemical Cipher back up and running after those people over there at that place did me in by not allowing me back in the building. But, hey, it is what it is, man. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to all those brothers and sisters that stood strong in the support of Professor Griff's Alchemical Cipher. Some people are going to get weak in this, man. This is a war that we're fighting, Brother Rich. And we're not going to win every battle. And you will agree to that, man, right?
Indeed.
So yeah. So I'm still standing, though, man. Still standing.
Definitely. Did you leave your number?
My number is 678-557-2919. My phone number is 678-557-2919. I'm going to take some time and sit down and spruce up my website so you can go there to listen to a direct link to Brother Richard's page or to my YouTube channel, direct link where you can see the flyers on where I'm going to be and the things that's up and coming. All right, Brother Rich, it's always a pleasure. I'm glad to see that you're doing well. You're not at 100%, but we're going to continue to send some positive energy your way. To my people traveling to India and around the world, you be safe. All right, and even though we're not physically there, we there.
Indeed.
We there.
And on that note, y'all, I want to thank everybody for listening, as usual. Want to thank Professor Griff for coming on the show once again. This is Brother Rich, Professor Griff. We signing out. We going to see you next week, family. Peace.
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 Peace, family. This brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figured since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I could ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.
Anthem on the track.
Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raise us in. Bred to be